Today, we have another open source tool that allows you to build agentic RAG AI agents. Introducing RAGApp. This is a new and easy way to chat with your PDFs as well as other file types, even better than ChatGPT would. It works with Ollama, you have OpenAI's API key, as well as Gemini, which is going to allow you to utilize different large language models as a backbone for your RAGApp. Now, we have covered countless of RAGapps on this channel. But what makes this one any better? Well, RAGApp is a no-code interface, and this is to configure RAG chatbots that is completely private and 100% local. This means that you're going to be able to chat with your files, but you're going to also have the implementation of AI agents, which is going to make it so much more intricate and allow you to get the best responses. It's a dead simple as ChatGPT's GPT store, and it's something that will allow you to easily create these different types of RAG apps, as well as allowing you to create an interface with RAG being implemented with the AI agent. You can easily install this with Docker containers and deploy it in any cloud infrastructure. This is something that we're going to be exploring throughout today's video. So with that thought, guys, stay tuned and let's get straight into it. Now, before we get started, I definitely recommend that you take a look at the Patreon page so that you can access the new subscriptions that we'll be releasing this week. If you would like to book a consulting call with me, you can do so with the link in the description below as well. Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video at the World of AI. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at RAGApp, as many enterprise as well as the regular sorts of developers are trying to create platforms that are similar to GPT for internal use cases. And this would allow users to customize their own AI agents for specific needs through a user-friendly interface. And to basically solve this with a better approach, they have introduced RAGApp, which stands out as a more comprehensive open source project. And it's going to be used for setting up RAG as well as different AI agents that have been integrated into a chatbot. And this is on any infrastructure without needing to write any sort of code. It makes it perfect for end users. Now, with just simply putting in 3 clicks into your admin panel, you're going to be able to generate a chatbot over your own data, and you can have it so that it's fully streaming and there's different sources connected to it with various sorts of file attachments. You can also incorporate various sorts of plugins, which is going to make your chatbot a little bit more intricate. Now, developers can also tailor this to a core builder interface, and this would basically fit your own specific needs, such as integrating custom tools into CRM systems or even your own email. And this is the flexibility that it has been enabled with RAGApp. And this is something that we're going to be exploring throughout today's video. So let's get started and showcase what you will need to get started. So to install this, you're going to need to have one application installed as a prerequisite, and that is Docker. Once you have Docker installed for your operating system, whether that's Mac, Windows, or Linux, you can then head over back to the GitHub repository. And just note that I'm going to be leaving all the links in the description below. What I want you guys to do is open up Docker. You can just have it running on the back end. You can then copy this command over here, which is to start the Docker container with their image. Once you have done that, you can then open up command prompt. This is for Windows, obviously. And then you want to paste this in and click enter. Now, it's going to start building the image once you have Docker opened up, and within a couple of seconds we should have an endpoint opened up. So you can see that the chat UI has a certain endpoint, the API has another endpoint, and the admin UI has another one. So we're going to open this up once it has finished building the container. Now, before we get started, I'd like to introduce World of AI Solutions. This is a really big update that has been launched for my channel, and this is where I have compiled a team of software engineers. We have machine learning experts, AI consultants, and this is basically a team where we're going to be providing AI solutions for businesses as well as personal use cases where AI solutions can be implemented to automate certain things or to help business operations. Now, if you're interested, take a look at the Typeform link in the description below. And something also to note for the deployment process, that you can use Docker Compose and you can utilize this command so that you can deploy the RAGApp with Ollama as well as with Quadrant. And this is for their easy infrastructure adaptation. So you can utilize the models quite easily with Ollama. And this is something that I truly recommend that you utilize if you're going to be utilizing open source models from Ollama, whether that's like uncensored models. But for this case, we're going to be utilizing OpenAI's model because I believe that's the easiest and it's the best model to interact with your files. So what you can do after it has finished running, you can then open this up by simply going over to your port, and we can just head over to the local host for the chat UI. We can open it up and you'll be then sent over to this screen, which has then stated that congratulations, you have successfully installed RAGApp, and you're going to be able to go ahead and configure the model that you want to use. So you can use OpenAI, you can utilize Gemini, Ollama, as well as Azure AI or OpenAI. But in this case, as I mentioned, we're going to be utilizing OpenAI. I'm going to input my key and I'm going to select the model. I'm going to utilize GPT-4 Omni. So once I've done that, I'll be right back. And once you have then set your model, you can then minimize this, and then you can start working on the chat configurations. This is where you can give it a system prompt as well as a conversation question. You can update this, but in this case, you can use the detailed custom prompt that has been given, where it's stated that you're a helpful assistant who helps with users with their questions. Once you have minimized this, you can then configure the agents, and this is where you can utilize it so that they can reference sources online through DuckDuckGo, which is another search engine, or you can have it so that they can source through Wikipedia. And the great thing, as I mentioned before, is that this is an open source extendable framework, which means that you can incorporate other sorts of plugins as well as custom integrations. So this would mean that you can configure various tools as well as have it so that an other external framework could be integrated with this RAGApp to get more intricate and more resolved questions or answers. Now that we have this set, we can then reference these two, and then we can then close this down. Then we have our knowledge configuration. We're going to be able to now upload your own data. You can choose any sort of file type. You can have it so that there's a file loader configuration where you can use llama parse, and this is going to be for more efficient parsing for your PDF files. Once you have uploaded your files, you can then simply just update it, and you're going to be able to start chatting with whatever files on the right hand side over here. So what we're going to be doing now to test this out is basically having it so that we're going to upload a research paper which is focusing on mathematical reasoning in large language models by automated process supervision. This is a really new research paper that is amazing, and I published on my Discord. So if you're interested, take a look at the Patreon link in the description below to access this. But what we're going to be doing is uploading this PDF into our knowledge base within the RAGApp, and we're going to be seeing how well it's going to be able to reference and chunk the PDF. So I have now uploaded this PDF, and just to note, you're going to be able to upload multiple files, so just keep that in mind. And you can then click on the update, and then you're going to be able to start chatting with it. So you can just start off by saying hello there, hello, and then we're going to be able to get a response back where it's going to say that how can I assist you today. And I'm going to type in, what does the research paper talk about? Explain it super simply. And within a couple seconds, you're going to be able to see that it's going to provide me the title of the research paper that you want to talk about. So in this case, I'll just copy this title. I cannot copy or paste anything right now. And then we're going to press enter. And within a couple seconds, you're going to be able to see that it's going to reference the file that we had uploaded. It asked us which file that you want to talk about, and it was able to reference this. And it gave us a summary on what this research paper is talking about. So we can even go down and we're going to say, emphasize on the main points, for example. So we're going to ask it, emphasize on this section of the research paper. And there you go. You got this response where it talks about what had happened in this section over here. And we can go back to this RAGApp and see that it is going to then provide the sources as to where it was able to find that information, which is really nice. And this is where you can have multiple different files, and you can utilize this RAGApp so that it can reference the files as well as the information in various sorts of things such as docs as well as PDFs. And once you are satisfied with your RAGApp that you had configured, you can then export your API so that you can utilize it in various other areas. And then you can also start the app from a fresh app where you can then export this so that other people can chat with it. And then you can basically interact with it within this application that you have developed. And you can see that you can access the exact same RAG app that you had developed right over here. And that's basically it for today's video on the RAGApp. And this is a really easy way for you to use the Agentic RAG in this application. And it's an easy way for you to chat with your files better than ChatGPT would. And this is a great way where you can incorporate various sorts of uncensored large language models through Ollama, or you can utilize various other large language models like Gemini's API. And this is something that I truly recommend that you take a look at. It's one of the better RAGapps that we have covered on this channel. It's something that is fairly new and not a lot of people know about. So definitely recommend that you take a look at this with the link in the description below. Make sure you follow me on Patreon because this is a great way for you to access subscriptions completely for free. Follow me on Twitter, which is a great way for you to stay up to date with the latest AI news. And lastly, make sure you guys subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like this video, and check out our previous videos so you can stay up to date with the latest AI news. But with that thought, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Have an amazing day, spread positivity, and I'll see you guys fairly shortly. Peace out, fellas.